President Trump set to hold a phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin this afternoon. This comes as German Chancellor Angela Merkel is in Russia to meet with Putin. Joining us now is former Defense and Economic Minister under German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Katie Guttenberg. The meeting and call come with tense times in Russia. What do you think the call accomplishes with Putin?
My expectations are not too high on that call, and I would wish that he would have a debrief with the Chancellor just before that call. And we've heard that both of them are in closer contact now, which is actually good news after a lot of tensions we've seen before that. But I think it's mainly a call to keep in contact and to stay in contact. And the visit of Angela Merkel serves another goal. She's presiding G20 this year, and she has to prepare properly. She might be on a road show how to visit a pompous president. She has been in Ankara, she's been in Washington, if I may say so. Now she's coming to Sochi, a place she actually despises, because whenever she went there, and she told us, when I was still in office, she told us that's the place where he tries to be embracing, but he is a big show-off, specifically in Sochi, because that's his baby. He had the Winter Olympics there and all the other things, so it's a very specific.
Can I ask you a question? So Angela Merkel, obviously the German elections coming up later this year, and you know, she's not as popular as she has been previously, and there are some factions within the German government that do support a closer tie with Russia, especially pending what happens with the French election. So is this also a political move for her domestically in Germany to try to show that, hey, you know, we're not just very pro-EU, but also we have maybe this warmer relationship with Russia?
You do have a point here. On the other hand, it's routine. At least once a year you would meet the Russian president. As a G20 president, you would prepare such a meeting, which is probably more important to her to show a skeptical audience in Germany that she is still a world leader, that she still has the reins in her hand, that she can deal with everyone on not only on a speaking basis, but also achieve something. Having said that, I don't expect too much also for that meeting today, because aside from G20, they'll probably talk about Syria, they'll talk about Ukraine. And the one thing she would like to avoid, and I think that's also an interest of Washington over here, don't make a deal with Putin where he would actually gamble with Syria and Ukraine in one basket. And that's one of the fears we have.
How important is the relationship between Germany and Russia in terms of natural gas? I know Russia is a main supplier of natural gas to the EU. Most of those lines go through Ukraine. Could this be a topic of conversation, or could this be something that's important to Chancellor Merkel as she's there talking to Putin?
It is of utmost importance, but that's one of those things, although we have had a strained relationship with Russia over the last few years, that still worked, because it was in the mutual interest to keep that alive. Russia needs Europe as much as we need Russia when it comes to the interaction on the energy level, and so I don't think that there will be any debate about that. It's just trying to be reliable on both sides.